Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scentatar Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for being here today. It's a pleasure to be back. If you're new to my channel, a hello to you, and if you're a subscriber, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related. So thank you so much for being here today. Today we're going to be talking about Dior Sauvage. Before I even start, some reviewers don't like it or think it's kind of redundant that, I or somebody would review a fragrance with so many reviews. There's just so many YouTube videos and opinions on this fragrance already out there, and almost a lot of people know about it. But if you're new to fragrance, you're very welcome here. I'm glad that you've stumbled upon my channel, and I hope that I can share a little bit about this fragrance that can help inform you about it if you've never smelled it, or maybe you know fragrances and you've been on the fence, and perhaps you want another opinion about it before you perhaps buy it. So I'm here to share and help you here today. Let's talk about the smell. Let's talk about the projection longevity, then the compliment factor, and lastly the price. So first off, when you smell this fragrance, it definitely is going to give you a classic cologne smell. It's a Dior fragrance, so it is a little bit more expensive, not too much, but it does have a little bit of a classier vibe than an average cologne smell, I guess you could say. Some people say it resembles shampoo in a way, like a classic men's shampoo. I do believe so, but that's not necessarily a terrible thing. There's a little bit of this invigorating quality to it, just this energetic vibe that comes from pink pepper. There's definitely some musk going on. There's a lot of ambergris, which is kind of this musky vibe to this fragrance. Some people say it's off-putting. Some people absolutely love it because it gives this fragrance a lot of punch, a lot of projection and performance. That ambergris is not very natural whatsoever, but in the air, when people smell it from a distance, it smells much better than if you just smell it on your hand like I have it sprayed here today. So overall, the composition is not the most harmonious, not the most smooth, but in the air it smells very pleasant. It's very long lasting. It's a big top seller fragrance, and it gets a lot of compliments. This is a fragrance that's going to please the masses, and is definitely a go-to masculine fragrance, especially if you're new into fragrances. I definitely suggest things like Nautica Voyage, and if you're a younger guy, Abercrombie and Finch's First Instinct. But if you're just a guy who wants one cologne and you're set for life, or if you just want very few colognes and you're not into collecting, there's no shame, and you're probably going to be very happy with Dior Sauvage, probably the EDT version. So with the projection longevity, every time I've worn this fragrance, it's been a solid 8 hours. I haven't got anything beyond that, but it does seem to be a little bit more of a skin scent, maybe lasting, maybe even an hour more, 9 hours or so. Some people claim to get a lot more. It's still noticeable. You might go nausmic, like sometimes I do after the 5 or 6 hour mark. But especially if you put on a few sprays, people can notice it for a long, long time. So definitely can carry you through the full work day if that's what you're looking for, with a classic masculine cologne kind of shampoo kind of vibe. If that's what you're going for, this is definitely going to perform for you, no doubt about it. So that's a good thing, definitely, for a lot of people. Now, I'm not trying to hide that I am really into fragrances. I have a collection of 40 or so. I know that's a small thing to some people, and that's a huge amount to a lot of people. And so this fragrance isn't my taste, but I am appreciating this fragrance for what it is and what it does, to the people out there, perhaps to the fragrance community as a whole. This overall is a top seller. I don't think it's a mistake or a terrible fragrance like a lot of people make it out to be. I do agree with some of the snootiness that this isn't for me, but compliment factor wise, you're definitely going to get compliments. It's definitely going to get noticed in a good way, especially if you're a younger guy or new to fragrances. I would encourage you to wear, about 3 sprays of this on most occasions. Maybe if you're going to a party, and maybe if you're going to a party outdoors and really want to get noticed, maybe you could wear 4 or 5. But if you wear more than 5 sprays with Dior Sauvage, you're probably going to choke people out, and it might not be a good thing. It might have been so bad that you not worn anything at all. You'll choke people out, and you can offend people just because it's so strong, even though it is a mass appealing fragrance. So, in closing, with the price, if you pay full retail, you can get it about $80. It's so popular that if you go to gray market or discount places, you'll probably pay close to that. Maybe if you get a really good deal, $65, $60 or so. But you can sometimes find these on eBay. I don't think these are faked a lot. But Dior Sauvage definitely is a mass appealing fragrance. Again, if you're, a mid-aged guy, this might be perfect. If you're younger, definitely Abercrombie & Fitch's First Instinct is, I think, the way to go to. And if you're really wanting to get a fragrance that's fantastic, bang for the buck, and you just want to get by with spending $20, Nautica Voyage, if you're new to fragrances, is a really good way to go, just to get your foot in the water, or just to have a really versatile fragrance with no fuss and no strings attached. So, again, if I had to give this a final rating, probably overall I would give this a 7. For my personal taste, it's more like a 4, but or maybe even lower. So that's just my honest opinion. Overall, this is probably an 8 out of 10 fragrance for the average fragrance person out there, for somebody off the street, for somebody who's just going to the mall, smells a fragrance and buys it. This is probably an 8 out of 10 fragrance. So, good performance, classic cologne smell, definitely on the masculine side. Could be blended better, but overall, it sells really well for a very good reason. They stock the shelves with it, and it flies off the shelves. So this is Dior Sauvage, my review and my thoughts here at the Scentatar Fragrance Channel. Thank y'all so much for being here today. It's a pleasure to have you again. And if you'd give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell below, that would be great. And I would love to know your thoughts about it below. Do you like reviews of fragrances like Dior Sauvage? Do you own Dior Sauvage? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Would you like to see more designer reviews, or more niche, or more indie? I'm definitely going to try to do the reviews y'all want to see and y'all want to hear about. So thank y'all so much again for being here. And as always, we got to close and say, don't forget to wear what you love. And I'll see you next time. This has been the Scentatar Fragrance Channel. Have a good one, and bye.